We are in the Green Big Ideas Record and Practice Journal today, and today we are working on volume. And a volume, our formula is length times width times height. You are given the length, width, and height. You just need to multiply all three of them together to come up with your volume. And again, when we're dealing with volume, it's going to be whatever our units are, we're going to cube them because we're essentially filling up the entire rectangular prism up to the top with cubic units. So this would be meters, cubic meters, this would be cubic feet. But volume formula we're using is length times width times height. And Big Ideas, with their uncanny ability to make things a little bit more tricky, they are using fractions on numbers 1 and 2 in the Record and Practice Journal. So we got to prove to them we know how to deal with our fractions. So if we're following our formula, length times width times height, we're simply going to do 1/3 times 1/2 times 2/3. Now, if you want to, you could certainly run them all together, but we still want to make sure we cancel, just like we would if we didn't run them all together. We have 1 times 1 times 1, that's going to be 1. And we have 3 times 1 is 3, times 3 is 9. So our answer for the first one is going to be 1/9, and that is meters cubed. 1/9 meters cubed. Now, just to make it, easy, let's just pretend that they had normal numbers. Let's just give this a 4. Let's give this a 5, and let's make this an 8. All you're going to do is multiply those numbers together. 4 times 5 is 20. And 20 times 8 would be 160. I just wanted to do an example with whole numbers just so the fractions don't scare you off. But again, it's just multiplying length times width times height. For number 2, same thing. I'm just going to line these fractions up. I'm going to put my 5/4 times my 3/2 times my 1/2. Again, if possible, do your canceling. Doesn't appear we can do any canceling, so then we just need to multiply the tops and multiply the bottoms. And 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 1 is 15. And 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So it looks like we are going to have 15/16, and that's going to be feet cubed. 15/16, and that's going to be feet cubed. Now, not to be undone, let's just try to make these regular numbers. Let's say this was 7, and let's say this was a 6, and let's say this was a 3. You got 7, 6, and 3. We're going to multiply those numbers together. 7 times 6 is 42. 42 times 3 would be 126, and that would be feet cubed. So whether you're dealing with whole numbers or whether you're dealing with fractions, you need to stick to your formula, your volume formula. It does not get any easier than this for a 6th grade math formula. Length times width times height. Remember, your units are always going to be cubed. Cubic